Ian Holmes back here on Head On Shaw TV, extending the Waterfront Walkway Trail here in Nanaimo. Recently, myself and Shaw's Raymond Albert, we went to Maffeo Sutton Park on a beautiful day to ask people about the potential for extending the Waterfront Walkway Trail, what this could mean for Nanaimo as this city continues evolving. Let's run that footage now.
Yes, it started by the yacht club, that section down there, up to the bridge, and since that time it's come from the bridge around to the other end of town.
The city's growing, from what it used to be as I was a child.
I can remember, being a teenager coming down here and meeting up with friends.
Yeah, it's really good for that too. You can meet new people and it's pretty awesome.
We see a lot of friends down here and we get together and sometimes there's music.
The walkway is wonderful and I understand you want to extend it.
I think it would be really fantastic if it is extended.
It's very alive down here. You see everyone from all walks of life, young, old.
Come down here for quite a few years, when I was a kid, and I've got a kid of my own, so I want to, let him come down and enjoy the beauty that we have living on the island here.
Get to see the mountain view and just walk all the way down. It's beautiful.
It's great to see the great number of kids that are around here, and kids learning to ride bikes and being able to get around, and kids on skateboards and making good use of the facility.
And often we come here. In fact, sometimes we even see the Crimson Coast from here as well. It's so beautiful.
I like the breeze and just the water.
We have some excellent restaurants down here now, which draw tourists in.
We did the walkway, went down and explored and saw a few restaurants and just think it's awesome with all the boats.
And it's nice to just come down here and it'll be nice to see more of the waterfront.
Well, I think that extending this the walkway and the waterfront there will be the best thing they can do.
It gives you further to walk.
It's nice and it'll encourage more people to come outside and maybe rollerblade or something down here.
Yeah, maybe connect some communities.
Yeah.
Depending on how far they go.
I think the Departure Bay area is really beautiful. There's a lot of wildlife down there. There's great beaches for kids and families to go to, which we don't really have the beaches down in this part of the walkway. And,
extending this, which just makes it all the better because, of course, the longer it is, the longer people have to walk in a safe environment.
Actually, this makes the whole visit to Nanaimo to have this walkway. It really does. I got to say that. Yeah.
Overwhelming positive reviews from people in Nanaimo with the potential for extending the Waterfront Walkway. Mayor John Ruttan, also GM of Community Services Tom Hickey. John, I guess that says it all. That one gentleman, that second to the last gentleman with the hat, saying that extending the walkway could be the best thing that Nanaimo could do. Arguably, the harborfront, the top asset that the city has. Your overall comments on what you heard?
Absolutely, and I agree with all of them. It's an iconic part of Nanaimo, and the sooner we can develop that walkway and extend it all the way to Departure Bay, the happier I think most of us will be, because it's a jewel that we want to show the world. As they come to Nanaimo, they want to see what we've got to offer, and the walkway is the place to be.
Tom is a senior manager at Nanaimo City Hall. What did you see as the big benefit for extending the Waterfront Walkway in Nanaimo?
I think we've heard from the community since the early 90s that they really value the waterfront. Some other positives are we're working on a transportation plan and we're trying to shift modes of transportation, so a route like that can improve mobility and commuting for both pedestrians and cyclists. And the other benefit to that trailway is we're trying to create linkages to the Millstone River Trail and also to the ENN Trail, so we can really move around the community and then focus on the beauty of the waterfront when you get down there.
I think once upon a time Nanaimo was really considered not a very pedestrian-friendly place to be, but that seems to be changing over the last number of years. Geographically a long, narrow city, but there's been some work to do, but the city has worked towards that. Tom, I know, and John, cost is something that I know is sort of an unknown entity right now. Is this something that we'll find out a little bit more in the next couple of years or so, in terms of if you do get the whole build-out you're looking for? What do you know?
I don't know if we've got all the hard figures on it right now, but it will be an expensive operation. I think that as soon as engineering has a chance to put some hard figures together, we'll look at it. But it won't be inexpensive. But particularly people with mobility issues, if there's an opportunity for them to get from Departure Bay right into the heart of downtown Nanaimo on this walkway at grade level, that's going to make a whole new world for these these people with challenges and mobility challenges. And, you know, I just think it's going to just enhance more of what Nanaimo has to offer. We've had some challenges before with mobility issues in the past, and I think this addresses a lot of the concerns.
From a tourism perspective, Nanaimo being so strategically located to the lower mainland, central on Vancouver Island, this seems like a piece of infrastructure that could help drive a lot more people to Nanaimo. Tom?
Yes, I think a lot of people like walking in trailways, and especially with that connectivity to the downtown core, where you do have the restaurants and the activities that are available through the Port Theatre and a variety of other amenities.
All right. We'll take a commercial break here on the program and return with a little more detail on a couple of large hotel proposals in downtown Nanaimo, how that fits in with the overall mold of the downtown core and the waterfront. Talk a little bit about the work of the South Downtown Waterfront Initiative as well, the Wellcox Yard. More on that coming up right after this as Head On continues.